Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Alexiot's here. It is a Wednesday, and I'm doing a Wow Wednesday on an interview that I saw yesterday that Trevor J shared with us with ScottieBarnes on the CBC. He's originally talking about his condo building that he's helping to design, that he's going to live in. But he had some very interesting comments about the Raptor season coming up, and in particular, certain things about the transitions between last season and this year's team. And I thought we should talk about it as we're talking about. Honestly, we haven't talked a lot about Raptors as our general subject with the FIBA World Cup and Team Canada's run in the last couple of weeks. So we're going to get right back into like doing more Raptors oriented kind of content from here on out. FIBA World Cup is over. Team Canada will not play again until next year. So now it's time to get back to business with who we normally cover, the Toronto Raptors. Scottie, very confident, very good in this commercial. In fact, the thing that struck me about Scottie in this interview for CBC is I called it a commercial because it probably is really just a commercial for his condo, is that he's matured. He is even more mature than last summer when we were hanging out with him on Twitch. He's actually growing up really quickly in the NBA, and that's good because he does need to grow up and he needs to be a better pro as he gets older and make more and more good decisions as far as with his time and what he's doing to be a better player. And he's taking that very seriously. We can tell cutting out his Twitch time and his video games to a certain extent and being more in the gym this year, at least as far as we know. We do know he's been playing 2K still, and he is very much still into it. But who knows if the hours are actually the same percentage as they were last summer. I do know I've seen many clips of Scottie this summer shooting shots a lot, and his shot looks good. In fact, there's Instagram clips on his Instagram recently of him at OVO Center and the practice court at Scotiabank Arena, putting up some very, very good shots with great form and deadly accuracy. He's also been warming up and throwing down between the leg Vince Carter dunks, which is very interesting to me too. We speculated a couple of days ago that may be forecasting that he's interested in possibly being in the slam dunk competition this year. If you come practice putting that ball through his legs and coming up and throwing it down just like VC used to, well, maybe that is what he's got intentions. I mean, it would be smart for him to a degree because it is a way that people like Kobe and other people got put on the mark even quicker because they went in and won the dunk competition. So, Scott, if you want to do that this year, I think most of us would be very proud and happy to see you compete in the dunk competition and win it. So, who knows? Maybe this is in the cards for this year. Now, the thing I really want to talk about this little short 4-minute CBC interview is Scott's comments about the upcoming season, about Freddie leaving, about Darko coming in and being the coach. He had some very interesting things to say, and it's all good. I mean, I really love what he said, actually. You're talking about this season, and he said, well, Freddie's gone, and that's a big loss. But his void opens up opportunities for people on this team like me. And I'm ready to come and take more of a prominent role on this team, is basically what he was saying. The other thing he was talking about is saying, listen, yeah, we've had a coaching change, all different coaches this year. It's different. It's a new energy, and I like it. He said he's really been enjoying the energy of Darko Rajakovic and his staff so far since they've taken over. That he does like I can tell he likes the new coaching staff. Is basically what I read from it. He brightened up and he said, "Yeah, this is a new coaching staff. It's very different, and it's exciting." So I like that too. And then the other thing he said that was very interesting was the interviewer asked him, "It's like, well, what should Raptors fans expect from the Raptors this year?" And this was the biggest question, honestly, right here, because honestly, this is what we need to hear: is what do you expect, Scott, about this season coming up? Babe, can you take that off the hook? I'll put it back on. If what do you expect about your year, Scott? And he said basically this. He said, I expect the Raptors to be very good. I expect us to be good and to do well, but there will be a learning curve and there may be some ups and downs that we may need to be like okay with. That he was asking Raptors fans right now, please come ride with us through the ups and the downs. Don't shit all over us if we have some downs. Ride with us and trust us and allow us the process of failure to get to success. And that's what he said. He really does believe that we're going to be good this year. That's what he said. But he does also realize that there will be things to iron out, and it may be not completely smooth the whole time. So his plea to us, Scottie fans, Scottie people, and Raptors fans in general, is to be ready for a mix of success and failure this year. That it's not all going to be perfect and rosy, but if you stick with them and allow them the attempts to do what they need to do, they're going to come through and they'll be successful in the end. So I love that interview with Scott. It's very short. He showed great poise. I love the fact that he pointed out this is something I'm helping with designing this condo. Look at this cool soccer game where you can kick the soccer ball into the virtual screen, and the playroom that he's helping design in this building at Bathurst and Richmond. So yeah, this is good. Another thing that the lady said that was awesome was, you said that like a true Torontonian. So he said something to her and she said, you sound like a Torontonian. He said, well, I've been in this city for 2 years, going on my third year. I am a Torontonian, is what he said. And that's something you want to hear from a franchise type player on the Raptors. You really do. He's ingratiated himself to the city, and the city has ingratiated itself to him. And it's a very mutual positive thing. And he loves Toronto. He really does. I believe him when he says this. And, there's really good roots in him being a part of this condo. It's going to mean something. He has ownership in it. And in some ways, that kind of ownership in a building and where he lives, as he said, he loves the neighborhood. There's so much to do. He feels like he can walk his dog around and the neighborhood and everything's fine. And I agree with him. In a lot of ways, he's right. But that is good for us, for the Raptors organization. And when these crossroads come later on down the roads where decisions have to be made about free agency and different things like that, well, maybe he keeps us more in favor because of a very positive, good relationship with our city and different things like him being in this condo that he's going to be at Bathurst. So, yeah, there's nothing to hate about this. Honestly, it made me feel so good to hear Scott say to the interviewer, yes, I am a Torontonian. I've been here for 2 years, going on my third year. And he seemed proud of that in some ways. So that is a beautiful interview. I hope everybody will go out and watch it. I've kind of given you the cliff notes, and when you see it, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. So yeah, I want to start with that. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. MSJ's first in. Good to see our mug brother, Chris, first in. Looks like ScottieBarnes is going to be in Toronto for some time to come. Which is great. Once he makes the transition to point guard in a couple more years, we'll have Magic 2.0 on our hands. Yeah, I think this is a very, very good kind of type of player to allude him to be like is Magic Johnson. Similar body size, similar acumen for passing and ability. Some people say, whoa, Lex, he doesn't have the same ability as Magic. And you're right. He doesn't right now. But he could be getting better and better as far as like the no looks and the different things like that. It's not even the no looks. It's just the accurate passing that leads to successful field goals that leads to assists. And that's what we want to see from him. They don't have to be flashy. You just got to get them to there. But it's a great comparison. I've seen it right from the beginning when he came in, that this man's like the most like Magic Johnson that we've had in a long time. People say Ben Simmons is, somebody that. No. The person that is the most like Earvin Magic Johnson that has been drafted in the NBA in the last few years is ScottieBarnes. And I see it too. And more he grows into that mold and who Magic is, he won't ever be exactly Magic, but he'll be a newer version. And in some ways, he can be partly a hybrid of Kawhi, also as Magic. And in some ways, that's even more powerful. So I'm excited about it. And you're right. The roots are coming and putting into the city. And that's not a bad thing. We want Scott to stay with us his whole career if we can get that to happen. Trevor's saying, good morning, Raptors family. Good morning to you, Commissioner Trevor J. There are three types of people. One, the leaf people. They're only around you to take what they can, never love you. To the branch people, the same, to be strong, but be careful of them too when life gets tough. And when life gets tough, they will break and leave to the leaves with them. Comes to the root. Those are the ones who will love you no matter what and always be there through tough times. That's a really interesting saying, Trevor J, that I've never heard before. I like it. The leaf people, for sure. The wind comes and gusts in, a little bit of turbulence, boom, down to the ground, and they're out of here. A branch can stick with you for a while, but when the going gets tough, will they be able to stack up when something hits it and breaks it off? Yeah, see, that's a thing. So she's saying the roots people, the people to value, the people that will be there no matter what. Obviously, normally this is your family. Your family will be the people that will be your roots people. That's not always the case for everyone. Some people are unfortunate enough to have family that's like that, and that sucks. So they find family in other places. And hopefully it's a healthy place that's good and conducive for their positive growth. So whoever your roots are, whether family or friends, value them. I think that's the message here. And be able to understand which people are which in your life. And you may have different levels of privacy and friendliness with different people. That's where you have acquaintances, close friends, and really, really close people that are your people. And that's what we're talking about today. So thank you, Trevor. And appreciate the different levels and know how to discern them. Maybe you may be thinking somebody's in your roots group and they're not really. So really think about this and make sure you know who's who. Isaac saying ScottieBarnes is still young and developing, but he has an OG beside him, a world MVP to guide him. And this year's MVP Siakam is him. What do you think of that, City Boys? Isaac Campbell always brings the sunshine out in me. Honestly, that's awesome. I love that so much. So let's go through this. He's saying he's got a world MVP. His name is Dennis Schroeder, and he's a team captain of Germany and the reigning World Cup champion with Germany. Yeah, that's a big, good influence. And the OG, obviously, the fun and brevity of OG's quirkiness and just the way he carries himself, and then his dogged determinedness and his leadership on the court as a defensive beacon of amazingness is such a great influence on Scott. Scott's goals are to become a better defensive player. And with a guy like OG next to him, if he can teach him and mirror him in different ways, yeah, that's always a good thing. We know OG Anunoby is the best defender in the NBA. I'm sorry, Dylan Brooks, but this is just the damn truth. The man can guard anyone in the league, and I don't know if you can say that exactly. So, yeah, OG Anunoby, a great influence for him. Dennis Schroeder, a great influence for him. And, yeah, let's talk about Siakam. Yeah. I'd love to see what you're saying. This year's MVP, Pascal Siakam. Wow, Isaac Campbell. That would be a dream if we could see this happen with Siakam. I don't know if it's likely, but let's just see him continue to climb into the top 10 players in the league, getting closer and closer to the top 5. I think he can do this. Yes, I do. And let's see if Darko can get the best out of all 3 of these guys and Dennis. That's right. That's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you, Isaac, for your comment. G saying, my agent friend invited me to a real estate event and I declined, not realizing Scottie was there. He said he was such a nice guy and seemed so happy to be here. That's crazy, G. So maybe you were invited to go to his condo to be at this thing and I'm sorry you declined. I mean, you could have came back with the information and told us what happened there. It's all good, G. Sometimes we have opportunities in front of us and we don't realize how good they are. And sometimes you need to jump on them. In some ways, I'm like, hold your head. But in some ways, I mean, don't beat yourself up about it. You didn't know. And that's all right. Evelyn's saying, good morning, Granny Evelyn. Good morning to you, Granny Evelyn. We love you, Granny Swag. Always happy to see Granny Evelyn say hello to baby Candace from us. We love you. Fiercely sit here. Good to see Fiercely saw Sarah and Raptor Freak Trivia leader. Good morning, fam, and happy Wednesday. Yes, Isaac, City Boys. Oh, City Boys. Yes, Toronto is a city, and Scottie likes being a city boy. I'm going to tell you right now, the Palm Beach feel is not a city feel. It's all laid out and stretched across the coast with the beach, right on up from Key West all the way up to Cape Canaveral. And those aren't really like cities. They're more like stretched out condos and beach resort buildings and stuff like that than like a big city area like a downtown Toronto or anything like that. So it's like Scott is not in an environment like it was in Palm Beach. Palm Beach is very much like typical Florida, stereotypical Florida, palm trees, Palm Beach, and, alligators in the canal and a beach and, just lazy, like crazy Florida people. That's what it is. That's basically what it is. So Toronto really is like a city to him. It is a difference. Palm Beach is a city technically, but it's not a city with like a bunch of skyscrapers looking like Toronto downtown. No, it's not. It's very much a flattened out resort along the coast. and then houses behind that is basically what it is. Yeah, Tom Duke is here. Oh, bummer. Gee, that's a good report, though. Let's go. We are all in good hands, and Scottie knows it. There's Messiah and Scottie. Good morning. Tom Duke has flipped our emotes back to the Raptors from Team Canada, just like a McDonald's would flip the breakfast menu to the lunch menu. I hope you all didn't want a big breakfast because the Happy Meal is on the menu now. Yeah, that's right. You can't get the breakfast now. Sorry, ma'am. It's 5 minutes after 11. Sorry, we have no more breakfast. But I just saw you like flip it. Yeah, that hash brown's going to the drive-through. Sorry, no breakfast at this point. All Raptors. Let's go, Tom Duke. Thank you, Masai and ScottieBarnes. That's right. Kareem Thomas is here. Good to see Kareem here. Of course, LeBron James is making next year's Olympics about him. He's doing the same thing he has done his whole career, that trying to create super teams. I love this. And can we stop mentioning LeBron in the same sentence as Dylan Brooks? LBJ is king, and he's no Dylan Brooks. I don't know if you're dissing Dylan or LeBron in this case, Kareem. I'm going to take it that you're dissing LeBron because it sounds like it. I'm all about that. All right, let's break this down a little bit. LeBron's silly. I really feel like he saw his nemesis. In some ways, this is becoming a Dylan and LeBron thing because it was in the playoffs last year. And, Dylan doing this to his country, maybe LeBron's like, oh my gosh, the villain Dylan has stuck a knife in my country, and they let him do it. And it's like, damn it, Team USA. If you can't get the job done right, I'm going to come and do it myself. Okay. Now, this is the thing that's really funny about this. Chef, so many different Americans down south are like, oh, now you've roused the hornet's nest, not letting us get a medal. Canada beating us in a bronze medal game and us unmedaling, not medaling and failing. They're all getting big in their britches. They're all being like, oh, now you pissed off the U.S. and we're going to send everybody at y'all to make sure we win in the Olympics. This is the thing. Y'all are idiots. You're not going to win that way. I'm going to tell you that right now. We've seen in the last couple of years a drop-off in LeBron James's play. It's not like this dude can just show up magically like Clark Kent goes into a phone booth and turns into Superman anymore. No, he can't carry a team like he used to. So you go ahead, old guys. Come down there. You can try and out-savvy us, but in some ways, y'all are aging out. And by next summer, who knows where y'all will be at, who will be healthy, and who will be able to show up. So you go ahead, show up, Kevin, the LeBron, Steph, every single one of y'all. Y'all go all show up, the old heads. And just because the age may show a factor in this. Seriously, LeBron's a step slower, and he's not exactly who he was 12 years ago when he played for the last time for Team USA. So, yeah, you go ahead and think you're all that. You may end up going to the Olympics and getting a failure too, and it'll look even worse when it's y'all old guys. So I'm not even going to be like, oh, I'm scared of y'all, U.S. Nah, we're not scared of y'all. Whatever we bring next year, we can match with you, no matter who you bring. I don't give a shit who you bring. Bring your very best Americans. We'll bring our best Canadians, and we'll still beat your asses. Because in some ways, we're doing it right more than you are. And that's the thing. We may not be doing it as right as Serbia or Germany or Latvia, but we're doing it right more like them than U.S. is. So y'all show up with your old heads. Y'all might just get embarrassed yourself. Yeah, don't get so confident and cocky, Chev. I'm going to tell you right now, you could get all cocky about USA. Oh, you roused the hornet nest. Now we're going to come and make sure we make it. Don't be so sure of yourself. Y'all aren't like y'all were back in the day. You do not have this card where it's like we can just get the best Americans and run ram shot over the rest of the world in basketball. No, it's not like that anymore. You come and bring your best players. You still might fail and fucking lose and go right out, just like you did at FIBA World Cup. It's not about talent. It's not about having the best players. It's about having the best team. And if you guys aren't going to build the best team as far as role players, somebody put that out there and say, Team USA, you want to be good? Well, you're going to need role players. You're going to need people to rebound and defend and do all that other stuff. That is a huge part of winning in basketball. You can have all the superstar talent in the world. Nobody wants to do the dirty work. Then you're going to lose. So you go ahead, USA. Keep doing things the way you do it. You're going to fail over and over again. You will. LeBron, come on back. I'd love to see you fail on the big stage next year. Come on, bring it, LeBron. I think you're too old. I think you'll find failure anyway. So go ahead, USA, get all big and high and mighty about, oh, now you rouse the hornet's nest because we didn't get a medal. Ooh, now you're going to get it. I'm not scared of you. You have so much work to do to become a functional, good team to compete against the best FIBA teams in the world. And I'm not scared of you. There you go. There you go. Right there. Bam, bam, and bam, Kareem Thomas. I hope that's what you wanted to hear because that's what I got to say right now about that. As far as Dylan Brooks, you're right. Dylan's in a whole other place. Most valuable villain, most valuable player, most valuable Canadian in this tournament. Maybe SGA. Who knows? Some people are saying SGA has just rang the bell and said, "I'm here. I'm coming to the NBA this year. I'm gonna fuck everybody up." That's what some experts are saying. SGA just sent a message to everybody that he's one of the top players in the league and he's ready to come in and do that. He showed it at FIBA World Cup for Canada, and everybody should open their eyes and say, "Oh shit, you can talk about Luka this, Luka that. You can talk about Anthony Edwards this, Anthony Edwards that, or any of the other USA guys." But the guy that opened eyes and made people understand it's going to be a force is SGA. Yeah, it's SGA, baby. That's right. G saying Grady's post with a home emoji showing Toronto was nice. All right, let's do the Instagram check. I saw this too. These guys are in town and they're obviously working together. At least Grady, Scottie, and Marquise are in Toronto working together. I'm pretty sure Chris might be back too, but we'll see. All right, let's go and do our Instagram check real quick. Hang on, I got to get it right first. I didn't have it set up. I've been a little bit busy right before the stream, and I'm just getting into things right now. Things are a little up and down right now in my private life, and I'm just trying to get things steady for the stream. Now, here we go. Here's Dennis Schroeder first. He's putting his brother's channel on blast on YouTube, so go follow his brother Setcha. He's got a good YouTube channel, and it's all World Cup champion content, behind the scenes stuff. He's got the great Serbian tennis player who just had a great game this weekend, saying congratulations to him personally and the team Germany. That's very exciting, even though he did beat his home country of Serbia. And we see the kids back in Germany, Dennis's kids, playing with Legos on the floor and just having a good time back in Germany. They look like they grew over this trip over FIBA World Cup. They look like they grew a bit. And now they're going to be going to Toronto after this. So next week, y'all go to Toronto, Schroeder kids. And they're welcome. These kids are welcoming back Dennis. These look like these may be his nephews, too, and nieces. And then he's putting a cologne on blast. So if you want Dennis Schroeder's cologne, go check out his Instagram stories. All right, there's a very interesting picture on Chris Boucher's Instagram stories. Once again, y'all, go look at this and you tell me. Like, first, it was the Kelly Olynyk dunk a couple days ago, him dunking on Kelly in his face. That was like a message from me. There's a little bit of a subliminal message in Chris's Instagram stories right now, Chris Boucher. The one today has Nick Nurse in it. There's literally a picture on Chris Boucher's Instagram stories of him at Rico Hines Runs from last month on the court with Nick Nurse wearing a Philadelphia shirt behind him, and Chris's face is in Chris's butt is in his face. Like he could have been farting on him, is what it looks like in the angle. It's very strange. The picture of Nick with Chris, Nick is in street clothes watching the Rico Runs on the sideline. This is very deliberate. I'm telling you, there's something about this. Chris is sending subliminal messages about people that have been in his way. And I think Kelly Olynyk and Nick Nurse were two of them. And this is the one. I may be reading this way too much, but I'm telling you, there's a picture of Chris and it says, yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's get it on is what he's saying. So he's like, let's bring it, Nick Nurse. You are the enemy now, and I'm going to be playing against you, and I see that, and I'm going to turn my back to you, is basically what his Instagram story is telling me. So there you go. Go look at it, and you tell me what you think, looking at the picture of Chris Boucher with his butt and Nick Nurse's face with the angle that it is. I don't know. Maybe I am reading into it too much. It's saying also it's never luck. It's always God. So he gives all his praise to God for the praise and the good things that have happened to him. He knows it's not luck. It's God's choice. In God's way, God did it, is what he's saying. And then he's got one more picture of him wearing a Black History shirt at the game, looking like he's ready. He looks like he's ready to go kill someone in the game in that last picture. So Chris Boucher's getting hyped for this season. I think in some ways he's got a lot to prove. And there's certain people he wants to prove it to. Precious is at a fashion show, and they're doing a crazy little infinity figure 8 when they walk out. And they're walking around. There's all these fashion people. And then it comes around. And when it crosses in the middle, these people are a little awkward trying to get past each other. Like, oh, no, you go. No, you go. No, you go. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So go check out Precious's Instagram stories. He is very cultured and he's at some sort of fashion show with these people walking around in a figure eight. So yeah, go check that out. He's also got a picture of him with the designer. I guess it's Kosaburo. Kosaburo is the name of the fashion designer, and Precious is with him. And then Precious is bowling last night. In fact, he's a very good bowler. He's saying he's like that. So I guess he's been making strikes and doing really, really good on it. I guess he just barely won his bowling. It looks like he won by 1 point or something like that. Well, Precious is bowling. So there you go. ScottieBarnes on his Instagram, like I said, is showing him working out at the training center for the Raptors, either OVO or he's up at the practice court at the Scotiabank Arena. I think that's actually a practice court. And he's got Brian Macon showing clips of him hitting shots from the outside. Siakam making fun of this French guy who's not very humble. He's eating cereal or something. He's saying something in French. I don't know what kind of crazy stuff he's taking, but Siakam thinks he's funny. So we'll just say that. Grady Dick, a picture of the CN Tower and the Rogers Center with the emoji home. This is good. In some ways, Grady really likes scenery. He really likes vistas and buildings or sunsets or on the water. And he's showing his new home to his Kansas people, the people that love him, his fans, and showing them, this is my new home, y'all. It's the CN Tower. It's the Rogers Center. It's Toronto, baby. And I'm going to be taking pictures because look at this beautiful sunset in this picture with the lights of the buildings. It's such a cool thing. It's very, very cool. All right, what is going on here? Why is my energy saver on? Okay, I got it to work. I think. Is my computer about to die? Holy crap, that's no good. All right, let me finish this up. All right, Marquise Noel is on NBA 2K24, and he's trying to figure out how to redeem his VC. So if anybody knows about 2K24 and can help him, you may want to shoot him a message. This was last night. I'm sure somebody helped him since then. Of course, Thad Young always putting on blast Nike basketball and his sons and Reform Transportation. So go check that out. And there's Fan Fest for the Raptors 905, September 16th. I guess that's in 3 days. They will be having Fan Fest. They're also putting on blast Pascal and Jakob's friendship. The Raptors administrators yesterday put in a caption is we've been brethrens for a long time of Pascal and Jakob, and everybody's roasting them in the comments yesterday. You know, Raptors admin with their text that they write on some of the captions on some of these pictures are hilarious. Some of them are funny, or some of them bad jokes, and some of them are just like in very bad taste. And I don't know what this is, but people are roasting them for it. I don't even know if they spell brethren right. I'm kind of like, what? Is that how you spell brethren? I don't know. It is a little awkward. Let's just put it that way. Raptors admin is a little awkward, and people are calling you out on it, rightfully so. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Raptor Free Crew. Good morning to you, Cool Cat. Kareem Thomas is saying, I got your email, Lex. I'm in your fantasy. All right. That sounds homo, but no homo. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I put out invites for returning to the fantasy league for people that played last year. Now, if you weren't a very active manager last year and you didn't do stuff, in some ways, I may not send you that invite because we want very active people this year that are going to be engaged and taking care of their team during the season. So there's certain people from last year I may not send the invite to. Some of them are not involved in this channel anymore that played last year. And I am adding 4 more spots. Last year we played with 16 teams. This year we're going to have 20. So there will be extra spots put in there. And I will start inviting people soon. Right now, first I want to see how many of the old teams will get back to come back in. And then we'll figure it out from there. Monique, I want you to play, but you have to be able to get on Yahoo to be able to play. So Mo, you have to figure out how to get on Yahoo this year. Adriana cannot help you. We cannot do the same thing we did last year. I just talked to her about it. And you have to run that team by yourself. If you're going to do a Yahoo fantasy team with us this year, you're going to have to access the Yahoo website. If not, don't worry about playing because I want active teams that are going to be competitive is what I'm saying right now. All right, good. I'm glad to hear that Kareem's in there. So you may have gotten an email from me if you played last year. If you did not play yet, your opportunity to possibly play will come up. It's just first I want to take care of the people who played last year. Let's see. Top saying, I saw the interview that Scottie oh, crap. Why is this not plugged in? Why is this not working? All right, let me try a different plug. Maybe it's that. Come on, don't Be dead. Battery source. Okay, it's plugged in now. Thank goodness. I think it's just that plug's dead. All right, let's see. I saw the interview that Scottie had about the condo. It was an interesting concept to have an activity like that in the condo to keep kids and adults active. It's smart. I mean, in some ways, they're asking him and consulting him, what kind of fun games should we have in the game room? It could be very much, what video games do you like? NBA Jam with big heads, of course. Yeah. And a kicking soccer golf game, and even has basketball on it and stuff. Yeah, it's a very cool building. If you are able to live in that building with Scottie, go live there. Seriously, it sounds like it's going to be awesome and amazing. Although he did kind of allude in the interview that he wants to have a place where people can afford to live. So I don't know how affordable this building is. It may be affordable for people, but we know there's a disconnect in Toronto and Ontario with affordable housing and the housing they're building. Y'all can build all the housing you want and build over the Greenbelt. No, I don't want you to. But if you're not making housing that can be affordable to people, then what's the fucking point of what you're building? This is what I'm going to say right now. So either build affordable housing for everyday people that's not well out of their costs, or don't fucking build it, is what I'm saying at this point. So hopefully that's what's happening with Scottie's building, that it'll be affordable housing for common people, ordinary people to live in. Probably won't be, but I know they'll fill it up just from the allure that Scottie lives in that building. So MSJ saying, I just got to get back to being a fan without the win it all thinking that was popular last year. This team needs a few years. Well, we don't know how long they need. I'm not going to put any kind of schedule on them. Let's just watch them and enjoy it. You know, that win at all costs mentality has been very detrimental to the Raptors nation. We got spoiled with 2019. And in some ways, the fans are all wanting this to over and over happen. Y'all are crazy. We got to be a regular team and run through the process again and reach up and get that Larry O'Brien again at some point. It's all in due time. It's crazy to think that we can win a championship over and over again every single year. So we do need to temper our expectations and understand success comes in many forms. And it isn't always ultimately just getting the Larry O'Brien. You can have very successful years and not win at all. Teams can be winning years and they just don't get all the way there. So let's start thinking this way, Raptors Nation. Instead of being end all be all, it just has to Larry O'Brien or bust. That's just not the right attitude. Monique saying, good morning, everyone. So happy for Scottie. What an interview and what a time in Germany for Dennis. Yeah, let's talk about the welcoming parades and the people just out in the streets welcoming them from the airport. This is a fantastic scene to see in Germany, in Serbia, and in Latvia even. Latvia finished after Canada, and Canada got their first medal ever in the World Cup. Well, what happened with our team? We don't get any of that. And there's a lot of reasons why. Part of it is Canada is the second largest country in the world. And also, these players on Team Canada did not fly back altogether, I'm positive. It wouldn't make any sense. Sure, they could have all flown back to Toronto and got off the plane, and we could have met them at Pearson and done a big celebration like they did in Germany. But our players go and play in Oklahoma City. They play in other places, and they may not be flying right back to Toronto or altogether. So in some ways, we're robbed of the celebration that Germany, Latvia, and Serbia get to welcome their heroes back from the World Cup and celebrate them like that. It's too bad we don't have that organized to happen, and we won't get that because we should celebrate them in the same way that they got those celebrations. And maybe that's indicative of part of the problem with the U.S. and Canada as far as in FIBA World Cup and FIBA competition, is that the team concept and the team thing like this doesn't even stretch to returning together on the same team plane. It is what it is. I can't fault it. Dylan Brooks probably flew to Houston. Two players flew to Oklahoma City, Dort and SGA. You know, these guys flew all over the place from there. And there was no way for us to do a proper welcome back for Team Canada from us, the Canadians, and welcoming them back for having such a huge accomplishment. That's sad in a way. But it's just logistics and the reality and the truth of the situation. But it is really lovely to see Dennis get it with Team Canada. I mean, Team Germany, at least. Seymour Papes here. Big up that chat. Blessings, Raptor freaks. Yes, Seymour Pape. Always good to see the sheriff. G saying, if you truly care, hang on. If you truly care. Guys, I really want the cutoff today because my dad's about to come get me. I'm going to have to get back out to the cottage. Let's see. If you truly care, hang on. Wow, you guys really filled it up. If you truly care for something or someone, you go through the ups and downs with them and don't crap on them during the downs. I hope some of our fans listen to Scottie. Yeah, I really hope they do. In some ways, that was a message for the Scotty lovers, the really weird youngsters that really love Scotty in weird ways. He's telling y'all to be patient and go with the ups and downs of the season. And it's really wise words. In some ways, he understands where toxicity can start when fans are impatient with the team and if they're not being successful. So, in some ways, he's already saying, be ready just in case, but he's fully expecting success and good things to happen. And I think he's right. It's just that there will be some lumps and some difficulties too that come with trying to figure it out, Darko's system and them learning it and them getting together on the same page and all gelling and getting it all going the right way. And that's just normal for anything. Cool Cat saying, good morning, Raptor Free Crew. I listened to ScottieBarnes' CBC interview. Cardi getting her own neighborhood dog park. Dog dad is very happy. I don't know if it's her own, only hers. There's some very nice dog parks right around Bathurst in that area of Toronto. I'm familiar with some very incredible views. If he's going to frequent those dog parks, he's going to get to know people in the neighborhood. I just hope that he has security with him and that people respect his privacy and his space and don't fucking hound him or crowd him or cause problems for him. If he's going to live amongst us, he's going to be downtown and y'all are going to know where he lives. Y'all need to respect him and his privacy and his space, is what I'm going to say. Naco the Nachos here. Darko seems to have a talent with developing guards. Scotty's passing always got better this year. His passing is going to get way better. I hope you're right. And I agree with you, Gerald. I think this is going to happen too. I'm excited about Darko's influence on Scotty and seeing how it influences it for sure. Quick Takes is here. Good to see NBA Quick Takes. Sorry I couldn't talk to you last night. I run a wrestling trivia on from 8 to 9 every night on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And that's what I was in the middle of. It's super busy because I've got like thousands of people playing online through Facebook and they're all messaging me all at once. And you tried to live call me at the same time. I was like, oh my gosh, Quick Takes. This is absolutely the worst time of the day to try and call me is right at 8 o'clock at night. I'm super busy at that time of day. You could have called me an hour earlier. I would have been able to talk to you. It's all good. We're going to get in touch and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. Cool Cat saying, I think Pascal is the best character person to show him how to be a franchise player on and off the court, to manage the media and stay focused and grind hard regardless of the money. That's not, yeah, I don't disagree with this. I think Siakam in some ways is underrated for some of this stuff. We don't talk about this enough. He's a really good citizen, a good guy with the right head on his shoulders and what his priorities are. And the thing about him is he's the lineage of DeMar and people before him, Kyle. He saw how Kawhi worked in the championship year. He saw how DeMar worked in his early years. And that is why he works the way he does. He was influenced by Kawhi and DeMar. Well, he needs to influence Scotty the same way. Scotty needs to see how Pascal works, and he needs to mimic him in the same way that he mimicked Kawhi and DeMar. So that is a very good point and exactly right, Cool Cat. Quick Take saying at Isaac Campbell, 100%. G saying, yes, it was the Condo thing. Next one. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's like, it's all good, G. It's all good. Maybe next time. Listen to your friend. Quick Take saying, this city don't sleep. That's right. This city does not sleep in some ways, Toronto. I know. I used to live downtown in Kensington. I know how they don't sleep. I hear them yelling at 4 a.m. outside my window. Kareem saying we have a all-world MVP. We have a rookie of the year. We have Siakam. We got the real defensive player of the year. We got the Embiid stopper in Jakob. We are stacked. We just got to play our hand well with Darko. Yeah, I honestly, our team is really, really talented. Like 10 deep. 10 deep of guys that could start on any team. Seriously. I would say Precious could start on most teams in this league. Dennis, for sure. Gary. And, these are guys that are probably going to be coming off the bench for us to a degree. So that's what I'm saying. We're deep this year. Koloko is another one. There's some gains we're going to get from Koloko this year. They're going to really help the whole factor of the formula of the Raptors winning. And that's what people that don't understand why we're doing what we're doing with our roster build and where we're going is we are really going to get better because our young players get better. Scotty, Precious, Koloko, those three guys in particular, watch. They're going to get better, and the Raptors will get a lot better because of them. Scotty in particular, that run right there, top of top saying, I was watching a Team USA game from the 2008 Olympics, and I can say the defensive intensity was greater than it is now. The NBA stars don't guard like Wade, Kobe, and Howard did, just beasts. Yeah, they had pride in it, and that was part of the reason why they were so overpowering. It is symptomatic of the whole entire NBA league being soft on defense at this point. It really is. And you can see the downhill slide. You could probably go and look at Team USA performances from 92 in Barcelona all the way through each Olympics going up till now, and you will see the intensity dropping off slowly but surely every 4 years. I'll bet you would see that top of top. Seriously. Go watch. It's amazing you went and did that, and you're exactly right. I can remember Kobe and Dwayne Wade and those guys being so tenacious and dogged on defense because they cared about that side of the ball. Too many of the young players today, the superstars, they don't care about that in that way. And that's part of the problem with the quality of the NBA game. Ayana is here. So are we trying to compare downtown Toronto to Palm Beach? Laugh out loud. No, we're comparing cities. And cities, the way they're made up. And Palm Beach is a spread out megalopolis that stretches from Key West all the way up to Cape Canaveral. I was raised in Florida, so I do know very much about Florida. I don't know where you are. And Toronto is a city compared to Palm Beach because it's more centralized. It has skyscrapers. It looks like a city. It acts like a city. They act like beach bums. And it's like beach party USA down in Palm Beach. Just trust me. I know. I've been down there. So, yeah, I compared them. And that's what I'm saying. Scottie likes city life. Scottie likes living with the skyscrapers. I don't know what your point is. You can elaborate and maybe we can get into it a little bit. And we can talk more about how you mean. Yeah, we are comparing them. So what the fuck is your problem? How about that? There you go. Nako's saying, bring back the McDonald's morning wrap. USA should start Steph, Booker, Jimmy, and JJ, and Bam. We don't want to help them, Gerald. Don't give them a short list of good players for them to put on their team. You know, that seems like a pretty good one. You know, Booker is actually somebody who should be on this team. He's at the right age. He's not aged out. Some of those old guys can come back and they may not help the team as much as they think they will, like LeBron and Kevin. But Booker would help them, probably. He would very much. Giannis saying, why would LeBron have to carry an Olympic roster? Yeah, I don't know. Because he feels like he has to because they failed so badly? Maybe that's why. Why is he coming out of the woodworks? Why doesn't he just play for the Lakers and worry about his sons? Well, because the U.S. got insulted and embarrassed at the tournament, and now he feels like he's got to get up out of his rocking chair and come help them. I guess that's what it is. I don't understand why he's got to do this. There's no reason for it. You know, go ahead, LeBron. You have national pride. Well, where was it in the 10 years you didn't represent United States? There's a lot of ways we can attack this in different ways. Seymour saying, after Team Canada's win with Lillard not being interested in playing for Toronto, U.S. bitter. Seymour, that's not true. That's only Shams saying that. So don't perpetuate a lie that Shams said. Dame Lillard did not say he would not report to Toronto. Shams just made that shit up. He said, as example, if Toronto traded for him, he might not report. He doesn't know that for sure. And the NBA has penalized him for saying shit like that. So Shams is talking out of his ass. He could have easily said, if Dame doesn't get traded to Miami or stay in Portland, he will not show up to training camp. For example, if it's Phoenix trades for him, he won't show up. Is what he's saying. He just threw Toronto in as an example. He did not say Toronto specifically. Lillard has no problem with our team, I'm sure. If he doesn't show up here, well, then he's in fucking trouble with the NBA because they told him not to be like that. So either way, it's stupid and it's Shams' lie. Don't perpetuate it. It's not true. If I hear it from Dame Lillard's mouth, I'll believe it. But Shams is hearsay right now. You know, that's what I'm saying. U.S. isn't bitter. You know, in some ways, we're not lording this over them like we could have. You know, they should be embarrassed. Canada beat their ass. We're the North American champions, motherfuckers. So you don't like that, Americans or anybody like that? So what? We beat you. We get the right to say that. We have the bronze medal. Y'all got nothing. We are the North American champions of basketball. And it has nothing to do with the NBA. It has to do with the real world champions, the Germans, and the bronze champions, us. So there you go. There you go. Bam. Fiercely saying, I wonder if LeBron is doing it for his country or for personal marketing reasons. He knows a revenge game versus Dylan will be legendary in terms of views and money. Fiercely, I won't discredit this. In some ways, he is a businessman. And in a lot of ways, he does make a lot of his decisions based on money and business. I don't know. I don't care. Either way, I want him to show up. I want him to show up. It'll be good for the Olympics. It'll be good for a lot of things. The U.S. needs help in Fiba competition, obviously. So they're calling in LeBron. Kareem saying, I want to win the gold in next year's Olympics, but beating the U.S. will be just as satisfying. Well, we just beat them. We can beat them some more. Yeah, let's beat the fuck out of them a couple more times. I think we can. We got our shit together better than them to a degree. So, yeah, I'm all about that. Quick Take saying, U.S. and Canada both lost, though. Yeah, but we got third and we got better than them. We only lost 2 games. They lost 3. And there's all kinds of ways I could say this. They would do this shit to us. So let's own this victory and say, yeah, motherfuckers, we beat your ass. You didn't get the medal. We did. Who stood out there and got bronze medals? SGA, Zach Edey, Dylan Brooks, Kelly Olynyk. Those guys got medals, not those jabroni U.S. team that they sent out there, half-ass C team. Yeah, you send your shittiest or not your shittiest, not your best. You don't get your best. That's what the lesson was for the U.S. You want to come correct, because otherwise you're going to lose, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Giannis saying last time America lost in the Olympics was 2004. They don't care about FIBA World Cup. They send their best players to the Olympics. All right, let me break this down for you real quick. First of all, most of FIBA people think the World Cup is more important than the Olympics. And the reason why is because the FIBA Cup has 32 teams involved in it. So U.S. may think the Olympics is more illustrious, partly because of the way it's marketed in the U.S. But the rest of the world knows the FIBA World Cup Championship is the World Championship Cup. And y'all can think that and be in your own little world, just like you normally are in your stupid ways in the U.S., but the rest of the world thinks a different way. And we think the FIBA World Cup is more important than the Olympics. And you can, honestly, and a lot of people will say this, even though this is a qualifier for the Olympics, it is still more illustrious and prestigious in some ways because of more teams being involved and this being harder to win. In some ways, the Olympics is easier to win than the FIBA World Cup. So you can go ahead and say that. And honestly, that's not actually true. I don't think they've actually won the gold in the Olympics every single year since 2004. I think that's bullshit. They have not won the gold every single year. They may have medaled every time since 2004, but they didn't win it every single time, all those times. That's actually bullshit. So, all right. And whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. They send their best players. They should have sent them to FIBA because they look like failures right now, is what I'll say right now. Fiercely saying OG is the best perimeter defender, no question about it. But Dylan does have a special quality, a dog in him that suits Team Canada as needed. Yeah, I'm not really comparing them in this kind of way. I'm saying that OG is the most complete, best defensive player in the NBA because he can guard Jokic all the way down to Trae Young. And nobody else in the league can do it the same way he does it. Nobody. I don't give a shit. You bring me one player, other player that can do what he does. Nobody can. And that's the thing that they keep overlooking about OG. He can guard Nikola Jokic, and he can also guard Trae Young. There's not many people in this league that can guard those kind of guys and tie them up and shut them down. And that is why it's a travesty that they overlook him for this. Dylan is a great defensive player. I don't believe it's hot air that he's the greatest defensive player in the league or in the world. I like that he has that moxie and he says it and believes it, but I don't believe him, and I don't believe that. OG is. And that's the way I look at it. But in some ways, it's not a him versus him. I'm glad. Well, OG can't be on Team Canada because he's not Canadian. And Dylan's great for Team Canada. G saying Germany was the fastest team in transition. Not trying to be rude here, but are LeBron, KD really going to sprint down the court to defend this? International defense and their bigs have upped their game. Yeah, this is the thing. U.S. has been lackadaisical and lazy in the years since 2000. They're not developing or getting better. The whole rest of the world is. And they've caught up, and y'all are caught sleeping. And now you're going to have to deal with this, that you're not the juggernauts, that you can just walk all over everybody. That may be part of the reason why you got lackadaisical, because you thought it was so easy. Well, you're going to find it's not easy anymore. And y'all can't just guarantee golds. You think you're going to show up next year and just get golds, USA? No, I bet your money right now you may end up getting another 4th place and missing the medal stand. So, yeah, get all cocky and big with your britches because all these big names are throwing their names in the hat. It doesn't mean y'all are going to be successful. You got to do the work first. And half y'all's guys are lazy and they don't want to do the work. Exactly what G's saying right there. Getting back on defense, running around, hitting the ground, going after rebounds, clawing their way for it. No, your lazy-ass Team USA team got 4th. And that's exactly what they should have got. Top saying we have better young talent here and coming than the U.S. Their stars are aging out. I agree. The U.S.A. should bring their best team, not their best players, or they could lose to Canada. We ain't scared. Yeah, bring your best players, you'll lose. Bring your best team, maybe you'll win. You need role players. You need Kelly Olynyk on your team. That's the big secret to the recipe. Y'all fucking want to put a whole bunch of number ones from all the teams in the NBA on one team? Yeah, you're going to get infighting like Brandon Ingram, and you're going to have fucking bad vibes, and you're going to lose because your team's not really a team. It's a collection of all stars. It might as well be the East or West All Star team for the NBA. Oh, those are great teams. No, they're not. They play some of the shittiest basketball we see on TV every year. So that's what I'm saying right there. Giannis saying America has never sent their best players to FIBA, only the Olympics. FIBA has always been for the young guys. Well, in the past, that's true because it was an amateur sport up until 1994 with the World Cup in Toronto. Then they started being able to send the NBA guys since 94. That's 30 years. So, yeah, they've been sending good teams to FIBA World Cup for a long time. And, they've won the FIBA World Cup at a time, once or twice. But I'm just saying, it's not pencil in USA for golds anymore. You just can't think that way anymore. And the U.S. is cocky and arrogant to act that way. Well, you're going to continue to lose. Y'all need to be a little worried and start thinking about how to build a team with role players so you can be more successful instead of trying to build some super team with a whole bunch of names. That is where y'all are going to fuck up. Watch. That's where y'all going to fuck up. MSJ saying Franz Wagner also gave the NBA a massive heads up. Best player in his rookie year at this point. What? Don't say that about our friend Scottie. No, Franz is not better than Scottie. Nah, you sound like Orlando Magic fan. You can say this about maybe with the World Cup. Franz was great in playing for Germany, but don't diss Scott. That's not right. They're in the same rookie class, and he's not the best player in his rookie class, Franz Wagner. We can give Scottie his time. He will get it, and he'll be better than him. Watch. G saying Jamal is a plus 139.5, while Devon is minus 111. Who's Devon? This is a great example of how America does not value defense and values volume shooting. Devon. Oh, Devon. It's Devon. It's an I. It's not Devon. That's why I got fucked up on that. Do you think Jamal is better than Booker? All right, we'll put those together. Well, I'll say this: Jamal Murray is a champion. That's one thing right there that we can say that's better. Devin Booker's an amazing offensive player, and he's very deadly, but he has not won. You can blame Phoenix all you want, but in some ways, if you win as a team, I value that in some ways. Devin Booker's a fantastic offensive weapon, but so is Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray has one of the best scoring averages in the playoffs in the history of the NBA. In fact, he has a higher scoring average in the playoffs than people like Larry Bird. And that's fucking something right there. So, yeah, I'll say Jamal's better than Devin because he has a ring and he's actually won. And people that think Phoenix is going to be good this year, you're idiots. They, once again, have no defense. They can score all they want during the season and outscore people during the season. But when the real season starts and the big boys start hitting each other and they play real defense, Phoenix will fold and go right out of the playoffs. So don't bet on Phoenix to win, Drake. Nah, even if this super team with Bradley Beal there, actually Bradley Beal makes them worse. Honestly, he does make them worse. So yeah, let's see. G is saying Jamal is better than Booker. He averaged 26 points in the playoffs on high efficiency and defense. I think he assists more too. A better overall player. There you go. Yeah, I'll agree with G on that one for sure. I'll agree with that. He's better on two sides in some ways. Devin Booker said something about, I'll sign up and play for Team USA next year. And I'll say that I'll be a role player in the way that you're asking. And somebody came to him and said, well, you're going to have to play defense, Devin. You're going to have to play defense. Hello? Phoenix don't play no defense. That's the thing right there. MSJ saying Chris Boucher is not strange. Nick Nurse treated him poorly, and I bet Chris is very happy he's gone. I think that's the message I got in that one. Seriously, I think that's the message I read from that picture on his Instagram today. Fiercely saying, God did, DJ Khaled voice. Giannis saying, Booker is a top 10 ranked player in the league by all major publications. I don't see Jamal in anyone's top 10. That's all perception bullshit made up by bullshit down south. Y'all fucking shelve Jamal Murray, and you don't give him the shine he deserves. He should have been more of an all-star. He should have been so many more things. It's the U.S. fucking dissing a Canadian player. So, yeah, you go ahead and show me all the fucking stupid-ass publications you got, Ayana. I don't give a shit. They're written by people at ESPN, Sports Illustrated, down south. They're going to discount and diss Jamal Murray unfairly and not give him the proper credit's due. We've seen this motherfucker in the bubble dropping 50 bombs. How the fuck are you going to tell me that Jamal Murray's not a good player? Or, I'm not going to say he's in the top 10, and neither is Booker, honestly. Booker is not in the top 10. In fact, I will say Pascal Siakam is a better player than either one of those two guys. Now, is that going to make your head explode? Well, I'm going to say it. Siakam is a better player than Devin Booker and Jamal Murray. And some people will be like, oh, you're crazy, Lex. You're a Raptors freak. Of course you're going to say that. Well, it's the damn truth. If you saw Siakam as much as I see him and you really saw him the way you're supposed to, you'd understand. But no, you get the media machine down south. They're going to poo-poo on Jamal Murray and Pascal Siakam and not give them the proper credit that they're due. I'm sorry. I can't take your opinion seriously because you take your perceptions completely from U.S. media publications that make rankings. Fuck those rankings. I'm watching the games with my own damn two eyes, and I don't need some Sports Illustrated or ESPN motherfucker to tell me what to think. I can look at them and look at the stats myself, and I'll fucking figure it out myself. So you want to rely on rankings? You go ahead and rely on rankings, Ayana. I'm about to put your ass out of here real quick. You're one away. G's saying that's all marketing hype. Exactly. Who has the chip as a second option? All flash and results. Does Booker defend? Bam, bam, bam. G is right. CC, thank you for the super chat. Giannis saying some more chips equals better. Well, he's won a chip. That proves that he's a team player. He's the top player on a top team that won the championship. He's his current champion. That's something that Devin Booker cannot say ever. Has that man ever won a championship? No, Jamal Murray has. That's a difference. Yeah, that's a difference right there. Because that logic can be destroyed rather easily. Well, you know what? You can be destroyed rather easily. You have no place in here, so get the fuck out. I don't even fucking know who you are. I let these people in just to come in and talk. If you're not a member or subscriber to this channel, you don't fucking get the vibe of this place. You get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit who you are, American fan of Phoenix Suns. You can kiss my ass and get right on out the door. I'm not looking for more subscriptions or more people on this channel. You can fuck right off right now. You caught me on the bad day. You really did. Yes, you did. Trevor J., I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, we're not reading any more of your comments. You can fuck right off right now. Wayne Strainer saying, driving while listening to the freaks. I'm giddy with anticipation for our team. Definitely prepared for any and everything coming our way, the wins and losses along the way. There you go. Wayne Strainer is ready to ride with them through whatever it is. He's literally riding around right now, listening to me. And he said, I'm ready to ride along with the team, whether they win or lose this year. I'm a real one. And I am not going to kick them when they're down. I'm going to help them and support them. And when they get up, I'll stand beside them with pride, and we will feel good when they're winning again. So we're going to see how it goes. And I feel real confident. In some ways, our team is set up for success. Everybody else doesn't think that. That's that perception we're talking about again. They're teaching y'all and training y'all to think the Raptors are done. Well, be real surprised when the results, the reality, the truth on the court is not what they're saying, and it's not lining up with what they said to you. So you go ahead and think all you want, Ayana, or whatever the fuck your name is. Ayana, get out of here. Ayana, I want Ayana. I'm already pissed off today, just so you know. I'm not normally this pissed off, but I'm already mad today, and you fucking brought it right out of me. MSJ saying Booker is a great player, but Murray is able to play with a team, and obviously has Jokic. Murray has a ring too. So you want to give him the nod, in my opinion? That's what I'm saying. What does Booker have? What does he have? He's done good scoring. He's been on Phoenix for a while. Okay. Jamal did the same thing, but he has a ring. And they're very equal, honestly, in some ways. I see them as being very similar players that are almost the same exact level of being who they are. It's just I got to give Jamal the extra because he did get that hardware. So, I mean, we can all have our own different perceptions. Doesn't mean you're fucking right. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm right either. It's our own personal opinions. And, we could get into quantified statistics and really head-to-head them against each other. And you may be surprised about the results, is what I'm saying right now. Yeah, all your shit's getting skipped. You're fucking dead to us. And don't fucking ever come back. You can't. Because I fucking banned you and blocked you from this channel. G's saying Harden is considered a Hall of Famer, but what has he done? Volume shooters get a lot of glory, but results matter. That's right. James Harden can make the playoffs every year. It's kind of selfish. It's like, oh, I'll make the playoffs every year and brag about it, but my team doesn't do jack shit when I get in the playoffs because I disappear. I'm like Homer into the hedge in the playoffs. So yeah, there you go. Good point, G. Thank you. MSJ saying true, but he likely feels better about life than Booker this summer. Yeah, Jamal Murray's a champion. He brought that fucking championship back to Vaughan and walked around, or not Vaughan, wherever he's from in Ontario. I think he's from Mississauga, around there. Wherever he's from, Kitchener. I think that's right. Kitchener he's from. He took that fucking thing back to Kitchener and showed off the championship. He's a champion. Y'all gonna poo-poo Jamal Murray and diss him? This man is a champion. This is the thing you did to Toronto after we won the championship. Belittle us and tell us we're not good enough. Well, I'm not going to let you do that to Denver. Denver won this championship. We're proud of them, and we celebrate them as a full, real champion. And we put respect on the names of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, even if some of the Americans down there are fucking full of shit and pieces of crap because foreign players are champions over y'all. That's right. Even the world champions of y'all league, the top two guys aren't from your damn country. They're Serbian and Canadian, you dumbasses. So there you go. You're going to say the NBA champions are world champions? Well, they're from around the world, bitches. There you go. Yeah, that's right. Fiercely saying, I want to be in the fantasy if you have an extra spot, please. Well, you are a priority member. Of course you're going to be in there. We'll put you in there, Fiercely. You'll get it. That's right. MSJ is saying Harden is a selfish headache. I don't even know what he's saying. This person's bringing up Harden? Why would you bring up Harden? He's a dumpster fire and a horrible example of an NBA player. Quick Take saying, I'm Jamaican, decent, can't spell brethren, or brethren. Okay, so it is spelled wrong, right? How do you spell it? I want to be knowing this. I don't ever want to spell it. If I need to spell it, I want to know how to spell it correctly because I don't know if Raptors admin knows how to spell it correctly. So yeah, Quick Takes, please educate. G saying, Booker now has Harden and Beal. That alone shows he needs a ton of help, does it not? Does he have Harden? Did Harden go to the Phoenix Suns today or something? Is something fucking crazy happened this morning? Let me look at this shit. You saying that James Harden is on the Suns, or is that a misprint? Because I don't fucking see that. I don't know where you guys are. No, are you fucking with me? Let's see. This alone has to. You mean Durant? He has Durant and Beal. This alone shows he needs a ton of help, does it not? Defense matters, does it not? A minus 111 is nothing to brag about. Cool Cat saying, I think soccer is also helping out with the training gym room. Yeah, him kicking the soccer ball, them playing a little bit of soccer. Dennis, Pascal, Coloco. These guys love soccer. Get Scottie involved. You meant KD. Okay, you confused the hell out of me by putting Harden's name in there. I knew you meant KD. I was like, what the fuck? Is Harden in Phoenix now? What the fuck? How can they do that? They already did some fucked up shit right before they changed the rules. MSJ saying Harden also tends not to show up for key games in the playoffs. Totally true. Quick Takes is saying teams have been around longer, still ain't won one. That's right. Toronto's won. Denver's won. There's teams that have been in this league way longer than we have that have never won. LA Clippers, Nets. These are teams that have never, ever won nothing. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. All right, there you go. All right, let me see. I'm going to keep going on there. Yeah, I'm glad I blocked this person already. I don't want to waste my time talking all their fucking stupid messages right now. Let's see. Where am I in here? No. G saying players like Harden and Booker are flashy. Players like Jokic and Giannis inquire about results. They do more than volume shoot. They do dirty work and leads to chips and winning. Yeah. That's exactly right. There's differences. There's some guys that are just all about looking good on the court, making flashy moves, making highlights, all fucking sizzle, no steak. And that's what I'm talking about. There's steak players and there's sizzle players. And some of these players that y'all celebrate down south are sizzle players. They're not actual steak players. And that's the thing. I like steak players. Cool Cat saying, I hope we get a date to celebrate our national basketball team. We need to organize this, Rowan Barrett Sr. Do some sort of event somewhere. I don't know if you do it in Toronto. I don't know if you do it in Ottawa, but do something because we do deserve this. This is a huge accomplishment for a country in basketball for the first time ever. You do this shit for hockey, I bet you would, is what I'm saying. G saying casual. Okay, this person got insulting. I'm glad I kicked them out way long time ago, and I'm not giving them a voice to their stupid bullshit. Casual plus minus matters when comparing position usage and starting because of bench. They are essentially the same, and except one defends and the other cries when doubled. That's the thing. Devin Booker does not have a good defensive reputation. That's just the damn truth. And you can argue every which way you want, but that matters. He can score 50 points, but if he's letting his opponent score 40 also, that's what G is talking about. It sounds like we have an idiot casual trying to talk to us this morning. I put this, you don't have to subscribe to talk in the chat sometimes just to see what kind of riffraff might come in here. Well, we found one today. This is what you want, Trevor J? You want me to go off and cuss at somebody? You got it. You got that this morning. Cool Cat saying Lou Dort gets celebrated on his flight to Montreal. See, on little ways, these guys come back as individuals. They get a little bit of shine in little ways. That's great. I like that. But I kind of wish they'd all flown back together, all together, but it wouldn't have made any sense. Why fly everybody back to Toronto when they're just going to fly to Montreal, fly to Oklahoma City, fly to Vancouver, but go all the way here? They just go straight directly to their next destination. And it's just the nature of how talented and amazing Team Canada is. So they have to go all over the place. USA would be the same way. It's not like USA would have flown back all together either. They're going back to their respective NBA teams. And it's the same way. And it's indicative of the issues between the USA and Canada and the rest of the FIBA teams, is that they really are teams that stay together and go and travel together and go everywhere, and they raise together and they are together. And that's why they play together, and they are so in tune with each other when they play in FIBA basketball. The US team and Canada is trying to build that chemistry, but we can't get commitments long-term in the same way as the European teams can. And that's a big part of why the US and Canada are at a detriment, and they will fail over and over again. Because in basketball, it's a team sport. As much as the NBA's try to pervert it into being a superstar individual sport, it is still fundamentally wrong. And that it fundamentally is a team sport that matters, with all the people contributing and playing together as one. Those teams that play together as one, they win, like Germany. Those teams that are a bunch of individuals with selfish needs and they're just kind of there coasting on their talent, they lose, like the United States. And that's what I'm saying right there. Right there. Cool Cat saying Scottie usually takes Cardi to the dog parks in the city. He shows pics of being there. Yeah, he's been in a lot of dog parks in Florida, though, because he was in Florida for a good chunk of the summer. And you could tell there were Florida dog parks just from the trees and the palm trees and different things. It's a different look. The sky's different down there, too. But he is in Toronto currently, and he can be seen in dog parks here in Toronto. Most of those clips from him in dog parks earlier this summer were in Florida from down in Palm Beach. MSJ saying at Ayana, but the eye test with Harden is the IQ to win is not there. Both Harden and Booker just do not have that instinct on defense. But why the Jamal comparisons anyway? Jokic is the key to Denver. And Quick Take saying at less, no worries, 100%. Yeah, it's just a really busy time for me. We'll get up. We're going to talk Quick Takes. We'll definitely do it. I'm not really good with doing the talk over the Facebook like that. Maybe more chat or something. But yeah, we're definitely going to connect and talk more about things. Let's see. David saying, who are you and what on earth are you talking about? David, you want to lay the smackdown on him real verbally, real quick? He or her, I do not know from the name. Just, yeah, you can lay the verbal smackdown on this person as soon as you want to. It's cool. G saying, last comment on this. Tony Parker is a winner. Your top players are not. That's the difference. You clearly value volume shooters. All good. I value results and hard work on both ends. There you go. Tony Parker is should be one of the most celebrated players in the history of the NBA, but they poo-poo him and they don't give him any respect. That man has rings. That man is a winner. But no, they disregard him. He's French. He's not American. So don't put him on blast. That's what I'm saying. People from other countries get slighted by the NBA because the NBA wants to invest in American players and put them on blast. And that's part of the fuckery. And that's part of the detriment to the Raptors also. So yeah, it's all tainted. I like winners. I like people like Tim Duncan. I more love Tim Duncan than fucking LeBron because Tim Duncan did things more the correct way than LeBron did in a lot of ways. So, we can have different opinions, and the things that I care about and value are way different than you, obviously. You're one of those fucking sizzle people that buys into bullshit that doesn't win. You go ahead and be that person, live your life. That's fine. We'll go ahead and be steak people that buy into things that actually do win and value the hard work, the grunt work, and not just the dunks and the flashy plays and the stupid shit that looks nice, but really doesn't fucking contribute to winning. So you go ahead and be that fan. We can be different. I'll allow that. Quick Take saying, yeah, we want all the smoke. Bring your city. I don't give a shit what city they're from, whoever the fuck they are. Let me look at this. What city are you from? What city are you from? Then we can see. I don't know what he's saying. I don't even know. Like, it's all nonsense. David saying, I didn't get an email about fantasy. Have I been booted? Are you David's peerless team? I thought that was a different David. I sent it to Peter. Peter's email. Isn't it on Peter's? We'll send it to you. You're in there. Don't worry, David. We're going to make sure you have a team. Is Peter going to play and be active with it? Because that's the whole thing. I don't want people who aren't going to be active with it to play this year. We want a very competitive league with active managers that are managing their team throughout the year. Now, I know David will do that. Now, is your brother going to do that too? We'll give you both teams if both y'all will do that. But I only saw one Saborin team, and I sent the email to that. If you're David's Peerless team, I thought that was a different David that's not related to y'all, and he's not really around this channel much. So I wasn't going to send him an email. But I will definitely get you in there. You're a priority, David, of course. Monique's saying, Lex, can you talk more about the new NBA policy about 2 players have to play now? Is it for the whole NBA or just Kawhi and Paul? Laugh out loud. I'm going to give you a dunk for that, Monique, because that's hilarious. That's a pretty funny little jab. Well, it is kind of directed at the Clippers, this rule. Basically, they're saying if you're going to rest players, you cannot rest 2 superstar players at the same time. You can rest one guy. You're allowed to rest Kawhi, but you better not rest Kawhi and Paul George at the same time. And that's really what the warning is for the Clippers. I think it's a great rule. I think it's fantastic. In fact, the load management has been out of control in recent years, and the NBA needed to do this. So it's at least a start. So you really want to rest these guys, well, you better pick the nights and manage it better because we want star power at games. And there's no sitting all your stars and then people go in the game paying tickets expecting them. You're going to have at least one of those stars there, is what Adam Silver's saying. So, yeah, that's basically it, Mo. It's very cut and dry, exactly what it sounds like. If you're going to load manage people, you can't load manage wholesale. You're going to have to load manage one guy at a time. So it may be on the first night of the back-to-back, Kawhi sits, and the second night, Paul George sits. But one night, either one of them will always be there. And that's how it's going to work. Fun guys here. Good to see I'm a fun guy. Holding it down in Mississauga 905 for us. MSJ, you got to be high. Franz is not the best player in his class. Hell no. He's not even better than Scottie or Evan Mobley. And not even as much potential as them either. Yeah, I was really wondering about that comment too. It's like he's conveniently forgetting our guy Scott. I wouldn't put Mobley above him though. In some ways, I would rank the rookie class with Scottie in. Scottie number 1. I'm a homer. I don't give a shit. I'm an unrepentant homer for this team. Scottie, Cade. Cade is number 2. It's not other those guys. Then I put Franz 3rd. And maybe even Giddey and then Evan Mobley. I don't fucking give any credit to Evan Mobley. He's like the 5th or 6th best rookie in his class. It's Scottie, Cade, Franz or Josh Giddey, and then it's fucking Evan Mobley. That's the 5 I order them in right there. I might put Franz at 3rd, although Giddey was really good in the FIBA too. So I don't know. Team Canada, bronze. That's right, Fiercey. This is part of the reason why this American person came in here talking trash, because they got fucking embarrassed this week. Yeah, you got embarrassed, so you could feel the need to come into a Canadian Raptors chat and start talking shit with me because you're embarrassed. I get it. Yeah, David's saying, laugh out loud, Mo. Good question. Yeah, I love that. That was a great question. She's getting a dunk for it. David's saying, Franz has a lot of potential, certainly a very high ceiling, and is a great player. Yeah, he's fantastic. But once again, tiers, Scottie and Cade, number 1 and number 2 in their rookie class. Franz and Josh are 3 and 4. Yeah. And then Evan Mobley. I might even start thinking about some of those other guys and putting them over Evan and push him all the way down to number 10 in his rookie class. Yeah. Yeah. Who's else is like Herb Jones, some other guys? Maybe I could get some other guys and put them in there in between. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? They do this shit to Scott. I'll just fucking do it to Mobley. Trevor J saying there is no comparison, Toronto and Palm Beach. Toronto is a mega city. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a megalopolis, Miami all the way up, but it's more spread out. It's not as high up. It's not as concentrated in one area. And that's the difference. Toronto, this person may have never been to Toronto, so they have no fucking idea what they're talking about today. I'm comparing cities. So what? I'm comparing the 2 places where Scott lives. He lives in Palm Beach and in Toronto. He very much lives in Toronto. And he likes Toronto. He likes being a city boy. And that's where this whole started about. Quick Take saying, well, we are technically the North American champions, no doubt. We can slice this any which way America's losing. Like I said, their NBA champions are led by foreigners. Their champion of their league isn't even led by a team. That's part of the reason why they're so wishy-washy and shitty about fucking Denver winning. Is Jokic is Serbian. Jokic is Serbian. They would put him on blast. They wish they could put him on blast like they do Joel Embiid, but they can't because he's not. In some ways, they got Joel. Well, he's honorary American, so we want to put him on blast. We know fucking Jokic is better than Joel. He should have won the MVP this year. Joel's a fraudulent MVP. He's never gotten anywhere. They just fucking handed it to him because they felt sorry for him. But Jokic, in some ways, he doesn't get the shine he deserves, partly because he's a foreigner. He's not a marketable star as an American NBA player. Jamal Murray, the same thing. So we can say the NBA champions are foreigners. The world champions are Germans. So yeah, what do you have, USA? You don't have jack shit right now. You don't. You really don't. You really, really don't have any room to talk right now. North American champs, yeah. Who did you play and you went out to in the bronze game? We won. So in a way, we're the North American champs. Don't even get me started on Mexico. Mexico didn't do jack shit at FIBA World Cup. We're the third place team at FIBA World Cup. We're the North American champions. I'm sorry, that's logic. We actually beat you head to head and proved it. So yeah, Canadians, we can be proud. If we weren't so humble as a country, I'll be the one that's not humble as a Canadian and say, yeah, we're fucking North American champions because we beat USA. And that's just the damn truth. You can't change that. You cannot change that. A quick take saying, didn't Scola beat them a couple of those years? Yeah, Argentina's beaten America. America's not perfect in FIBA World Cup or the Olympics. They've been beaten by people left and right. They have. They've had pretty much half and half. Either they win it all or they don't. I said that earlier this month. That the U.S. is kind of like an all or nothing team. Either they get there or they fail. And that's all. There's all or nothing for them. Either they get gold or they fail. That's pretty much the expectation. That's why Charles Barkley and Magic Johnson are looking at them like failures right now because they didn't get there. They're failures in their eyes. Let's see. MSJ saying, I'm a fun guy. Well, to a degree, both. But Franz shoots much better than both. Barnes rebounds better and assists a bit more. But Franz is a better shooter, no? Will likely have a higher career points average. That could be possible. But once again, we're not gauging it on that. That would go towards this person that we have a problem with today's logical thinking, which is not how we look at it. There's a well-roundedness to your NBA game. We could totally get into scoring. Yeah, maybe he is the best scorer out of his rookie class. But that doesn't matter. In some ways, Cade's playmaking and Scottie's all-around play is more valuable and better than Franz Wagner. That's the argument I would make in this. Sure, you could say, okay, you want to say the best scorer from that rookie class? Sure, you could make a case for Wagner. But I think if you're talking about all-around best player, Scottie's going to be that guy by the end of this, and Cade will be up there too. Because, yeah, they're both very special, and they're better all-around players than Franz is. They just are. Quick take saying, and Yana, shut the fuck up. Randolph saying, Raptor Streaks, most informative gang. A blessed good morning to all. Lex, the USA also did not have referees that bailed them out either. The NBA is destroyed by bad refereeing. Yeah, in some ways, that is part of the thing we learned from FIBA. It's like if the refs aren't favoring superstars and golden boys, they don't get the calls and they whine and cry and they're a detriment to their team. That's what happens with biased refing that looks out for people like Joel Embiid and Jason Tatum will prop them up and make them look better than they do. You put them in a different environment with FIBA and they have a totally different kind of refereeing system and they don't get propped up anymore. You see the reality of them. And that's a great point, Randolph. Thank you for your blessings and blessings to you and the Randolph Phillips family and everybody else around you. Quick text saying Franz was better last year. Scottie has more upside, projected to be better than Franz. I think this is the exact right take right here. Franz was probably better than Scottie last year in some ways. But on the down low, Scottie did progress. And casuals will be like, Scottie stayed the same this whole year. His numbers look the same. But you weren't paying attention. He was doing more difficult stuff and trying new things. And he was actually excelling and getting better in certain ways. Progress is not always linear, as Masai Ujiri says. Sometimes it goes up and down a little bit, or it just kind of stays static at a plateau for a bit, and then there's a jump again. And that's what we're saying. Third-year players have jumps, and Scottie's starting his third year. So that last year may have been a plateau from his rookie year, but expect a little bit more, especially with Fred gone and him able to expand his role maybe in some of the things he needs to do to make up for Fred's absence. So, yeah, I think that this is exactly right. Quick takes it right. Franz may have had a better year last year, but on the whole things and the scheme of time, Scottie's going to be a better all-around player with the higher upside by the end of it. And you'll see it. You'll see it right there. Yeah, MSJ saying career averages. My prediction is Scottie 18, 7, and 8, and Franz 24, 6, and 5. I think that's a little high for his rebounds. I don't think Franz will get 6 rebounds. If he's already doing that, amazing, but he's not. His brother's there to get all these rebounds, the big guys. So he's not really on that. I would say his rebounds probably be around 3 or 4. And his assists, are they already around 5? Because I would say he's maybe like, I could see Franz being like 22, 4, and maybe 3, more likely for his career than what you're saying here. I don't see him being that well-rounded like that. In some ways, is he getting triple doubles already? Is he a monster on the boards? No. So I don't see this. Where's he getting 6 rebounds? That seems a little high. And the assist may be more likely that he gets 5 assists around there, but even then, he's not expected to be the playmaker. So I don't see these averages for him at least. I see Scottie's averages to be around 20. Maybe that's about right. 7 and 8, 27 and 8. Give him 2 more points though. In some ways, that's a better stat line than Franz's if you drop down the other 2 numbers. Because I don't think he's going to get 6 rebounds a game. He's not going to get 1 less rebound than Scottie a game. That's not right. That's not right there. Fun guy saying, anyways, all that stuff is because Jamal Murray's usually injured. Yeah, a lot of the reasons why he misses out on stuff is because he's hurt or he has had an injury bug. But look, he got hurt and he weren't even sure if his career was going to come back. And he came back, he won a championship. In some ways, that's a reclamation, amazing story in itself. Jamal Murray's path to get to this championship this year is amazing because in some ways he was worried he may never play again. And nobody gives him that credit on that one. Quick Takes is saying Chris has been vocal about his dislike for Nick Nurse's system. Yeah, he's been vocal about couple different things about Nick Nurse, and I think it's funny. You go look at his Instagram stories and tell me what you think Chris is trying to say there. He's got his butt in his face. Seymour saying, name him butthole face. Butthole face. All right, there you go, Sheriff. David saying, from the great Michael Jackson, a yapper, I just beat it. Okay, so David wants me to sing Beat It. Just beat it. Beat it, beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Show them how funky, show them your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Yes, David. Thank you. Thank you. Talk to the hand, Seymour saying. MSJ saying, who even cares? Jamal won a chip this year and Booker did not. One wears a ring, and when they walk past each other, Booker turns green. There you go. Ha, 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 ha. Exactly, Chris. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you. Tom's saying, bye, Felicia. Bye, sucker. Damn. David Saborin saying, thanks, Tom. Hang on, jump. I want to make sure I get everything. Nuggets fans here. We're going to have to talk to Nuggets fan, too. Nuggets fan actually might be on our side because we're standing up for his guy, Jamal, right now. This is going to be fun. David's saying, thanks, Tom. I hate getting all tilted out first thing in the morning. Then I'm bonkers all day. Yeah, I'm a little bit like that, too. I've had a bad start to my day already, and this is just added to the fuel. MSJ saying at Raptor Streak, I really wish you would show a bit more passion in defending Murray. Laugh out loud. Some more swearing, throwing shit. Fun stuff. Yeah, okay, you want me to? All right, David's saying, they're all great. The only one who truly sucks is bitch-ass Embiid. MSJ saying at Tom Duke, I'm glad you kicked out Aya before Lex suffers an aneurysm. I kicked him out. I said this is enough. I could already see where it was going, and just the bullshit. So I was like, I'm not gonna waste half the stream talking to this motherfucking idiot. So I just kicked him out. Quick Taste saying, laugh out loud. I don't know how to spell it. I'll ask my uncle. David's laughing. Seymour saying, thanks, Leck. Fucking Shams didn't know it was from him. Yeah, Lillard never said that, Seymour. That's part of the problem with misinformation and reliable sources like Shams is supposed to be. We know that he's compromised because he actually has been taking a job with a betting company. He works for FanDuel now. So you tell me that he's not already compromised. He can give out information about teams to affect betting on it just so FanDuel makes money. So everything that Shams said at this point should be disregarded, let alone the fact that his sister works in the Atlanta Hawks front office and he was perpetuating Pascal Siakam trade rumors all summer for her benefit. So we cannot listen to Shams like we listen to Woj anymore. They're not equal anymore. Woj is still credible and fine. Take Woj's words. Woj bombs are fine, but Shams bombs, fucking don't listen to them anymore. He is fucking full of shit at this point and cannot be trusted for reliable news because he's compromised, because he works for a sports betting company now instead of ESPN. So don't listen to Shams anymore. This is just, I'm getting the news out. He's compromised as a news source. He's not somebody to take as a reliable news source at this point. There you go. There you go. Trevor J saying, you made my day with the F word to that subscriber. I don't know if they were a subscriber. I've made it so that you don't have to subscribe to be in this chat. They may have just been somebody casual came in here. If they were a subscriber, well, I'll see my number go down. But otherwise, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm not doing this for subscribers. David's saying, think we call him Scams now. Yeah, Scams. That's a good name for him. Scams instead of Shams. David, you're going to get a dunk too. Nuggets fan. All right. I like this. We've been standing up for your guy, Jamal. We've been propping up the Denver Nuggets championship because we know what they're going to do to y'all this year, just like they did to us when we won in 2019. They're going to poo-poo what y'all did and not make a big deal and give y'all the shine that y'all deserve for winning the championship this year, Denver Nuggets. So we're proud of y'all as Raptors fans and Raptors Nation, and we want y'all to get your proper credit. So even if the rest of the NBA, the United States, disses y'all and does not give credit to Jokic and Jamal and everybody else on y'all's team, we will up here. We will honor y'all's championship, even if the rest of the USA won't. So there you go, Nuggets fans. That's where we're at right here. He said, I don't think Canada hockey would celebrate a bronze. Well, that's true because it's a similar thing. And in some ways, what you're saying is like the U.S. The U.S. is not going to celebrate a bronze because that's failure in the way that U.S. basketball has been. But we're a Johnny-come-lately. The best we ever got at FIBA World Cup was a 6th place. So this is the highest we've ever gotten. Tell me if Latvia is going to get a hero's welcome for what they placed at World Cup. Well, for damn sure, we deserve a hero's welcome because Latvia didn't win jack shit. So, I mean, I get your logic. In hockey, it's that way, just like the U.S. is to basketball. Our Canadian hockey team, if they don't win gold, then it's not like that. But this is a big deal because this is new for Canada's basketball team. And that's why it's different. David's saying that casual got trampled. They had a lot to say, and I'm glad I didn't waste my breath on it. Seymour's saying, respect NBA quick takes. Yeah. David's saying, oh, now there is a Nuggets fan in here talking shit. I don't know. If they're talking shit, I'll kick them out too. But if they're cool, we can talk to them and coexist. Know that we're not your enemy. And we celebrate y'all's championship. I was very happy y'all won. Out of everybody that could have won that championship this year, Denver was the team I wanted to win. Let's just put it that way. Seymour saying, beware of trespassers. That's right. Beware of dog. And that's me. You didn't get trampled. Another person who was in here earlier got trampled. Not you. Don't worry. You have a chance, though. You might get trampled. So this is tread lightly. We love you, though. We love Nuggets. And we're not your enemy. Just know that. Don't come at us with a hard edge. We won't come at you. But if you do, I will kick your ass out. That's just how it is. This is a Raptors fan clubhouse. This isn't for everybody. We're very biased, and we're very much for the Raptors in a certain way. So just show that respect. We will show the respect to your franchise if you do the same for us. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Dana's saying, sorry, I'm late. They caught the guy on the run in Pennsylvania. I haven't slept in 3 days. A Canadian dog got him. What? What are you talking about? This is weird. What are you talking about? A manhunt? A fugitive that they caught on the run and you haven't slept? I'm now wondering what your job is too. This is crazy, Dana. Are you a bounty hunter? This is crazy. David Saborn saying Canada dogs are dogs. Yeah, we got some good dogs. Jamal Murray being one of them. Dylan Brooks. Yeah, we got some good Canadian dogs up here. Seymour saying, Raptors love gold, and we will steal all your gold. Nuggets 2024 NBA champs. Let's get it stamped. Let's go, Nuggets. Nuggets fans saying, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, I think y'all will be all right. You've had a couple of losses in the offseason. It's too bad y'all couldn't keep Bruce. But, it is what it is. It's what it is. Y'all going to morph a little bit, but at least they're not coming and taking Jokic from you like they took Kawhi from us. So, you'll be all right. I don't know if y'all repeat, but, it's very tough to repeat in the NBA at this point. And, I think y'all will be good. And like I said, I have a lot of respect for your team. I really do like Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. You're a team that I like, and I very much do support on the Western Conference. All our enemies over here in the East. Don't pick us as an enemy. Toronto doesn't need to be your enemy. We are in the Eastern Conference. If y'all can face us in the finals, then maybe. But otherwise, we should just be friendly competitors that see each other 2 times a year. And there's no reason for us. We would have beat both games of y'all if fucking Scott Foster wasn't fucking criminal and throwing ScottieBarnes out of the game when we were in Denver. We would have beaten y'all both times this year if we had not had that happen. Scott Foster gave you one of those games. That's the damn truth. That's the damn truth. Fiercely saying LeBron values a super team mentality, which hasn't always panned out well. Lakers last year was a debacle. They've been a debacle since they won that bubble championship of idiocy and super team theory. It's so stupid. David's saying, this is a Raptors chat. Hockey is for people like you, Nuggets fans. People like me. I don't know. Are you an Avalanche fan? That's a good team. Listen, David, let's try and be nice. Not every outsider that comes in here is somebody we need to kick out. And if we make a new friend with a Nuggets fan, that's fine. We have Celtics fans that are friends. We have Sixers fans that are friends. We've made friends with other fan nations, even the worst ones that we hate. So let's be okay. Let's see if this Nuggets fan's friendly and fair and knows some basketball. Maybe they'll be fine with us. But if they want to come in here and fucking talk shit, I'll fucking talk shit. So you can write comments real fast, but I can talk faster than you can write. So it's up to you. Do you want to be a friend or foe? What you say. And if you've said anything that I haven't gotten to, you might want to take it back before I get to it. Let's just put it that way. If you've said nice things, then we can be friends because that's what we want. What do you mean by people like you? He probably means hockey fans. If you're bringing up hockey, we're not very much hockey fans here. We're basketball first Canadian fans. So don't bring hockey world into here. We have nothing to do with the Maple Leafs, and we're Raptors fans first and only. The Leafs, we don't wish them poor things. We want them to do well, but that's not our center of interest, and we don't pay attention to the NHL in any kind of way. So any kind of hockey talk here doesn't matter, is basically what I'm saying. Let's see. David's saying, you come in here out of nowhere and start chirping about hockey and dissing our accomplishment, just another miserable, sore loser. Now, see, David's going into him, so we're going to have to see this because now this may turn ugly. David, we don't need to turn on everybody who comes in here today. Come on, go listen to some Michael Jacksons. He wants you to go beat it. Nuggets fans, so how is it moronic? Why are you so sensitive? I don't know why David's being so sensitive. It's not important in some ways. David's saying, oh, we just had another troll in here being a clown, so we're all raffled up. I try to tell you. That's what he's saying. That guy got trampled before. There was another person in here that was trolling, and we fucking kicked him out. And we're just seeing if you're like him or not. So just don't make the same mistakes as him. Let's just put it that way. And David is a little sensitive because he's riled up from this last dude. It's not your fault. So that's the truth of it. Nuggets fans saying, I didn't just randomly chirp about hockey. The host clearly said the Canadian hockey team would celebrate and they should have a celebration for the FIBA bronze medal team. Yeah, he's playing off of what I said, and that's fair. And in some ways, he's right. The Nuggets fan's right. The hockey team wouldn't get that kind of celebration for bronze, but maybe they would. I don't know. I don't pay close enough attention to hockey. But in some ways, his point is right. And that's what I said. Basketball to the U.S. is the same as Canada hockey. And those teams are powerhouses. And anything less than the gold isn't good enough in some ways. And that's their point. There's no problems with these opinions right here. David, let's be nice and let's give Nuggets fan a chance, is what I'm saying here. Yeah. He just wants you to relax. We can all coexist. Now, David might just want to fight because he's already riled up. We'll see. If he's being fair, but if he's going overboard, I'll side with you, Nuggets fan, just so you know. David's saying, and so they should. What's the issue with celebrating an accomplishment? What does hockey have to do with it? I think we've elaborated this, David. Let's just let it go. It's a different thing with the different sports. And he's right about hockey. We probably wouldn't get all crazy about it because Canada hockey has won a lot. And a bronze is no big deal at this point. But in basketball, it is. And that's why. It's a difference. It's the sport. It's a different sport. He just wants you to relax. Yeah, he's getting all bent out of shape over commercials, juvenile. Take a breath. I can agree with a Nuggets fan here. David, you should have been here like 10 minutes earlier and getting on the other guy. And I don't direct your anger towards Nuggets fan because in some ways they haven't done anything wrong. They really haven't. I don't see anything wrong with what they've been saying. Evelyn's saying, Nuggets fan, just chill, son. It's just in some ways you're in a pit of vipers right now. We are very much a clubhouse. As like this is Raptors fans clubhouse. And if you want to be here, you're as a guest. And in some ways you have to respect our team because we have zero tolerance for this. Our team gets dissed and put down in all kinds of different ways. And I know you can feel that in some ways, Denver Nuggets fan. So in some ways we're like. Milwaukee fans similar to us, smaller market, not solely the sunshine of the NBA, doesn't get all the attention like the Celtics or the Lakers. So in some ways we're in the same league, and in some ways we're in the same position. So let's be friends. There's no reason for us to be adversaries. Even if David's being a little harsh right now, don't listen to him. He's not speaking for all of us, and he's just pissed off from the last guy, is what he's saying. Okay, let's say. Take over, Granny. Thank you. And Nuggets fan saying, I'm not your son, Evelyn. Please calm down. And Evelyn saying, I mean, fuck. Now, see, it's just getting out of hand. David, I didn't need you to be an enforcer in the chat right now with Nuggets fan. Now, I will give you Nuggets fan. Granny Evelyn is older, and she calls everyone son. She's not using it in a derogatory way that's in any kind of racial way. She's just an older lady, and she calls us all son and stuff like that. So don't take it in the wrong way. It really isn't like that. Although, even though she's cussing, she's a different kind of granny. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. Nuggets fan comment, not commercial. Okay, that's what you meant. We got what you said. And thanks for the cutoff, guys. Let's see. Evelyn saying, I'm trying to be nice to you. All right, Evelyn, don't jump in and follow David's lead. David's kind of misdirected here. And we should be nice to Nuggets fan. There's no reason to be mad at him. Let's see. Yeah, everyone in here is Evelyn's son. That's what David said. That's right. Evelyn's saying, so Nuggets fan, we spread love in here, but don't poke the bear, is what she's saying. Yeah. That's coming from a very nice Filipino granny who very much cares about everyone. She's the sweetest woman in the world, but don't fuck with her, is what she's saying. That's what I'm saying, Nuggets fan. Let's just be friends, and there's no animosity. I'm not mad at you. David's misdirecting his anger right now, and we're cool. We're cool. Mo's giving us the cutoff. Blackhawks saying, big up, Lex, and the Raptor Freaks. Bronze me up. All right. That's right. Bronze me up. Trevor's saying, Joel only got the MVP, not being the best basketball player, but the biggest flopper in the league. They felt sorry for him. A lot of the campaign was just like, man, he should get it, but Jokic is just a little bit better than him every year, so he doesn't get it. In some ways, that annoys me. That it's like, oh, we're giving out participation awards now to fucking Joel Embiid? What the fuck? And you saw how he went out in the playoffs. It showed that he's a sham. That motherfucker is not a good player. He's lazy. He's a big bum. And he doesn't deserve these kind of awards. And it makes me mad the NBA props him up so much. It makes him such a big deal. What has he done? What has he done? He's been a big goof. And he's going to turn on the Philadelphia fans and go somewhere else in the next year. And they're all going to hate him just like they hate Ben Simmons soon. So, yeah, I know what's going to happen with Joel. I already know. Seymour Page saying, whoa, pause on the Nuggets fan. David saying, amen. And Blackhawks saying, Shams is a sham. Yeah, he's a sham at this point. Fiercely saying, crappy individuals who come to our house and disrespect us, you don't need them as subscribers. Quality matters over quantity, Lex. Bam. That's right. That's right. Fiercely's got it right. I've never done this to make money. I've never done this to get the most subscribers in the whole entire world. I did this for a place for positive Raptors fans that love their team no matter what, to have a place to talk about their team. If other team fans want to come in here and we can talk basketball, we can do it in an adult way that's mature and really talk about X's and O's. We know our stuff here. It's just we don't want to just fight with people. It's stupid. There's no reason to do that. Alan Tam's here. Bam, son. Kevin Porter Jr. arrested for felony assault and strangulation. This is getting worse and worse the more details I hear about this. Apparently, she was asleep when he attacked her, and he broke one of her vertebrae. This is really, really bad. The NBA needs to send a message. They did not do a good job with Miles Bridges, obviously. So they need to send a very serious message to Kevin Porter Jr., and he needs to never, ever touch an NBA court again. Some people have said they need to misdirect his funds from his contract to her and pay her. All this is amazing and incredible. Listen, they need to show that this is not right and that men cannot get away with this kind of abuse and hurting someone like this. So, yeah, they need to make an example out of him, because if they don't, other ones are going to keep happening and they may get worse and worse. What's going to happen next? A player's going to kill his girlfriend or wife because they took it too far. You literally could have killed her, Kevin Porter Jr., and you don't realize that. When you go into rage and you let your anger take over and you do things like that, you make very seriously bad mistakes that sometimes can never be taken back. And that's what was going to take, that one of these players kills their spouse or something. I'm not saying they all like this, but there are ones that are like this, and they need the warning of being, if you like this, you want to have your career, you still want to play in the NBA, well, you're not going to get that. And in some ways, we're rewarding Miles Bridges still by allowing him to come back and still play in the league. That's messed up. I don't think we should have any kind of tolerance for women abusers in this league. And the message needs to be sent clear by Adam Silver towards Kevin Porter Jr. so that others will see his example, is what I'm saying there. Yeah, it's really bad. Really, really, really bad. Fiercely saying, not attacking Nuggets fan, was referring to Ayana. Okay, good. Yeah, see, we want to be welcoming. Some people are like, okay, these guys are crazy. Well, we are to a degree. We are Raptor freaks, and we really, really love our team. And I know Nuggets fan can get behind that because they probably have a similar feeling about their team too. And we respect that. Honestly, people that are dutiful and staying by their team no matter what, we like those kind of fans more than the ones that change their fandom like they change their clothes in the morning. So, people that follow LeBron now, I'm a Miami fan. No, I'm a Cleveland fan. No, I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, I have no respect for them. I have respect for people that stick with their team, the Nuggets or the Raptors, the whole time. And that's that. If you're like that, you're one. You're one with us. It's just your team's the Nuggets. There's nothing wrong with that. Alan Tam saying, Lex, is YouTube your full time job? No, it's not. I do other things to earn money, and this is just something I do as a fun project. It's my passion project. And I've committed to doing 9:30 streams on the Raptors in the morning for 2 years now. I just came up on my 2 year anniversary, Alan. I've appeared on YouTube every single day for 2 years straight, like almost 750 days straight. And it's my passion project. I wanted a place for people like you to come in and talk about Raptors with me. It really came about partly because of the pandemic and being shut in the house. And I wanted to still talk Raptors. So we made this avenue. And it's been amazing because our community spreads all around the world. We have people that are on this channel in Israel, in Jakarta, all over Canada, all over the States. People all over the place watch this and know about the Raptor Freaks and are Raptor Freaks around the world. So we built a community, Alan, and I'm glad you're a part of it. Bam, son. Yeah. Trevor J saying, as Charles Barkley says, the bronze would mean more than the gold medal. That's interesting. I don't know when he said that. That's weird. Fiercey's saying she's Evelyn's daughter. Art. So he's like, yeah, see? And David's saying sons or daughters. That's right. Quick Takes has got the cool shades on, 100%. Randolph Phillips saying, Lex, everyone's opinion is welcome, but I hope we'll leave the discipline to you, the host, so that it doesn't get out of hand. Let's continue to be mature about our amazing Raptor Freaks channel. I like what Randolph's saying here. David is a little bit of a special enforcer for us, but sometimes he's a little misguided in who he's going after. And I think that's just the case right here. Nuggets fan had nothing to do with that person earlier. That person earlier is the person David should have shown up and chewed out already. So a little bit misdirected because Nuggets fan had just shown up just now. And they made one comment, and it really wasn't that bad. It really was a fair comment about the hockey team in the bronze. And I saw no problem with it. I think Randolph's right. But also, I love that y'all kind of have a passion in a fight like this. But let's not misdirect it. Let's not misdirect it. Quick Text saying, if you don't like it, go to a Raptors fan. Stay away from the freaks. That's right. Yeah, we're dangerous. We got teeth. We will bite. Evelyn's saying, Nuggets fan, love begets love. All right, there you go. Evelyn's turned the other cheek. She has no hate against the Nuggets fan. The Nuggets fan's fine. And Blackhawk's saying David is fine too. That's right. All right, let me see. Is there anything else I want to talk about? And we'll wrap things up before 2 hours because I do want to get done. Yeah, I think I did all the Instagram. And I don't know if there's really a whole lot going on in different places as far as, yeah, we talked about the new rules about resting players. Monique brought it up. And that is a good subject to kind of talk about. I think we won't be in any trouble with it. We're the kind of team that already kind of subbed our players in and out that way anyway. The load management we did with Pascal and Fred in the last year or so was very much like if there's a double, back-to-back, one of them's sitting one night and the other night the other one will sit. It could be that like it may be tough for us. I don't know how this works with actual injuries. Like let's say, God forbid, one of the Raptors is hurt and they have to sit out and we want to load manage somebody else with it. Will it still work in that way? Or is there going to be a designation of like, this is a real injury because they're really out and not somebody we're trying to rest? That may be where the semantics of it and trying to figure out who gets to sit out and not sit out may get fuzzy. If there's already existing injuries and then you want to rest somebody on top of that, well, Kawhi's already hurt and you want to rest Paul George right now? You can't do that. And I was like, wait, but he's a rest day and Kawhi's really hurt. He can't play. That's what I'm saying. That's where I don't totally understand exactly how it's going to work. If there's real injuries and you want to load manage one of your superstars, we'll see. I'm sure they'll figure it all out and it'll become very clear as the season goes on. I'm not worried about this for our team. We don't have any superstars that are like wanting to load manage like Kawhi. If they really want to be out there every game. And especially with Fred gone, he may have been the laziest kind of like, I don't really want to play this game or something. Like I'm willing to sit out for longer because of the birth of my child kind of person that was on our team last year. All these other guys are young and hungry. In fact, that's another thing I should circle around back to Scottie on CBC once again. He said this has been a long offseason. He's been bored, and he's really, really biting the chomp to get back into the NBA season playing for the Raptors. He feels better when he's playing in the season. He hates the offseason, in fact, he wouldn't take an offseason if he could. I can tell that about Scott. It's like as soon as the season ends, he hates it because now there's no basketball games to be played.
He wants that back. And he really loves playing in the NBA and going to games. So he's not that kind of guy that's going to sit just to sit for rest. Maybe later in his career when he's older and he has creaky bones, maybe it's a little different. But for right now, he is definitely going to be out there and not being load managed. So he's anxious to get back in the season. I love that. That means that he's really, really wanting to improve and show that the Raptors can still be a really good team, even with the changes from this offseason. In some ways, we have a lot to prove to the NBA again because we've changed our coach and Fred VanVleet has left. And everybody thinks we're just automatically going to be bad. Well, they're going to be fucking sadly mistaken. When the Raptors are the same powerhouse that they always are, than they have been for the last 10 to 12 years. So, yeah, go ahead, Nuggets fan, and whoever fan that idiot was from before. You know, you can think things are going to be real good, but we're still around. And don't count us out and think we're dead just because Nick and Fred left. That may be your biggest mistake. Remember, we're still good, and don't take us lightly. This is your only warning. From now on, we go into Darko mode. And we won't tell y'all and give you any more warnings. We'll just come up to your arena and kick your ass and leave. And then you'll be like, what the fuck? The Raptors are supposed to be bad this year. They just beat our team. Yeah, we're warning you now. And that's it. That's right. W Stream, road to 900. That's right, Monique. We are on the road to 900. 1,000, 10,000. I don't give a shit. I will do this until I die, is what I'm saying right now. Randolph saying, Lex, teams would still find a way around this load management rule by having those players play for 2 to 5 minutes to avoid the fine, which is still a disservice to fans. That's a really brilliant way to get around it. Thank you, Randolph. Yeah, well, maybe they'll have things to keep track of that also. They did come down on the Dallas Mavericks at the end of the season for resting Luka too much to tank to miss the playoffs. And they did find them and give them penalties, and they did detect it in certain ways. So maybe they will have something in mind for this possible strategy used by NBA teams to get around it. Play the player for 2 or 3 minutes and then get him out. Yeah, that does sound like something they might try and do. Yeah, Quick Take saying, how's Scottie bored? He's got a lot of work to do. It's weird. It's like he said this many times. He said it at Brooklyn Bridge Park. He said it a couple times in different places. He said it in the interview on CBC. He's just anxious to get back to playing. He loves being in the season. He loves traveling with his teammates. He loves being in an NBA schedule, looking forward to games and competing. It's just he's bored. He likes that kind of feeling. It's not that he's bored because he doesn't have enough to do. It's just that he'd rather be involved and working and doing his NBA career than sitting around having the off season. That's just how he is. He was that way in the off season after his rookie year too. He was the same way on Twitch. He's like, that's part of the reason why he was on Twitch, because he was so bored. He was like, and some people say, well, why are you bored? Go work out, go do more to improve your game and stop being bored. No, it's different. He wants to compete. He wants the bright lights. He wants the referees. He wants the NBA. And that's where he wants. He wants to continue to go on with his career. In some ways, he's anxious to arrive and to achieve and to be better and better as time goes on. And he wants that to come. In some ways, sitting at home during the offseason is waiting and waiting until he gets to hear the anthems and line up and get that jump ball and get going. That's how it is for Scott. That's just how it is right there. Yeah. Quick Take saying, I hope that means he's ready. He has said he's ready. Gary Trent Jr. Recently said he's over preparing for this season. Gary Trent saying he's over preparing, like he's over preparing himself for this season. In some ways, Scottie seems like that too. You know, the only thing I can gauge Scottie on what he's done this summer is from these highlights. And I'll tell you, his shot looks really good. It looks really good. The form's really good. It's different once again. Coming into year 3, he's going to have a whole different kind of looking shot than he did in year 2 or in year 1. And we know year 1 was and year 2 was but this year it's looking way even better. Like he's got deeper range and the rotation's good and his form is better. He's more straight up and square with his shoulders and the way he's going up, and the shot is benefiting from it. So we're going to see if he's at Remy training in South Florida like Gary is. It's all about your base, and that's his basic philosophy, Remy. He wants you to have the anchor of your base, not mess your shot up. So it's really important to square up and shoot properly with proper form. None of this off-balance stuff, hanging, one-arm stuff. No, he doesn't want that. He wants you to really use the foundation of being on your feet squarely to shoot the shot. And that's something I've seen in Scott's shot this summer, is he's more likely to take shots that are very balanced and not off balance. And that is a key to being a good shooter, is getting your feet set and straight up and going up straight instead of being like leaning a little bit or falling back or something like that. Sure, you're going to have to do some fallback shots. But the more you can shoot straight up with your shoulders and going straight up, the more likely you're going to make the shot and be more accurate. And that's the way he's shooting this year. At least that's what I can tell from the footage I'm seeing on Instagram of him taking shots on his stories right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Quick take saying, can't wait to see what Scottie has in his bag. Yeah, it's going to be different. Fiercely saying, if I was Scottie's age, I'd enjoy traveling, playing against other great players, contribute to my team's success. It's all good vibes. I get that. He's bored. Yeah, I think he just really loves being around OG and the rest of the guys. He feels more in his element. He really is that kind of teammate that really thrives in like the social atmosphere of being around your teammates. In some ways, when he's by himself in the middle of the offseason, he's lonely. And in some ways, there are people that can't relate to him like OG and his teammates can that aren't around him. He's around people that can relate to him 24/7 mostly during the season, especially when they're on the road. So that's a lot of it right there. He really does value basketball. He loves basketball, and he can't wait. He's chomping at the bit to play some more NBA basketball. Is what it is. Right now, saying, would other teams get the Noah system now that Dylan Brooks credited for his improved shooting? I don't know how many teams presently have the Noah system. We're not the only team that has the Noah system. There are other teams in the NBA that have it. So, yeah, we'll have to see. All right, let's see. Hang on. All right. Oh, David, what did you do? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Fiercey saying there's no such thing as over-preparing, in my opinion. Gary Trent Jr. pulling a Marquise. She'll have to back it up on the court. Yeah, I don't know why he said over-prepping. That could very well mean maybe he's doing more than he usually does in the offseason. He's had a couple off seasons in his career. Maybe he's like, I'm going to do what I do normally, but I'm overdo it. And that may be what he means. He's doing a little extra on top of what he would normally do in the offseason. That's what I take it as when he says over prepping. So I don't think he's bragging. I think he's just saying that he's working that hard. And I like him signaling that. And we'll see if the results are there. The thing with Gary is going to be consistency. If he can be consistent in his shots night in, night out, that'll be a big, huge improvement. We know that a lot of nights he can be absolute fire and absolutely crazy best scorer on the court. And then some nights he disappears. So we want to find a middle ground consistency there. But he may just be destined to be a streak shooter like a John Starks. And then he's just going to be a guy who's either hot or cold. And you're not going to always be able to rely on him because some nights he's just not going to have it. But we'll see. If he over-prepared this summer and all of a sudden he's way more consistent night in, night out, that's a fantastic jump in his game for him. It really is. Trevor J saying, you missed my comment on Joel. What did you say, Trevor J? Let me see. It's been jumping around all kinds of weird and stuff. As Charles Barkley would say, the bronze would more. I don't see it, Trevor. Oh, Joel only got the MVP, not being the best basketball player, but the best flopper in the league. I did read that. Why would they give it to him for flopping, though? All right, David, are you giving a membership to the Nuggets fan? Or are you, you're keeping your membership. David's got renewed his membership in the channel. I appreciate that, David. And Quick Take saying, Scottie loot bag. Oh, we'll have to see what Scottie does. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Normally, we're not as cantankerous in this channel. It's more love and positivity and happiness. But we've had a couple people coming in today with different results. Nuggets fan, no hate towards you, man. I know you meant well. And I'm sorry that some of the people in our chat jumped on you. But yeah, if you want to come back and watch more of our stream, maybe it'll be a different feel and you'll get more out of it another time. Tomorrow, we'll do a Thursday Think Tank. I'm not totally sure what the subject will be. I'll come up with it today and I'll put it out there and we'll see what we're going to think tank about as far as Raptors related stuff. But yeah, y'all, let's stay positive. Our morning can be a little tough. We have some people in our way or problems that are happening. We can still turn around and make the day better. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get outside, touch grass, share the love, and just do the right things in your life. And let's build towards more positive, happy vibes. Now, all right, all the love, Nuggets fan, NBA Quick Takes, and the rest of y'all, thanks for being here. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll be back at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Let's go Raptors!